So you're one of the other few guys like me, I guess, in the space that's married. How long have you been married?
For everyone watching, like some guys are just not ever gonna understand this, but I've been married for six years. It was 2019, November 2019. My wife is Peruvian. We met in Europe, so I'm not a passport. Calling me a passport bro is like I had a great metaphor for this, but I fucking forgot what it was. It was hilarious. I gotta fucking write it down next time. I was living in Europe at the time and she was on vacation. So like that is not
Yeah,
I'm not a fucking passport bro, guys. I live here because I'm Jewish. I'm actually an atheist. I just say it
I'm
because of
I'm
my
a
ancestors.
I'm a Jewish
I
atheist as well. That's funny.
I live here because it's cheaper
Not a
and the
full
food is
atheist.
good and shit like that. And my wife has cancer, so in case she dies, it's worth burying her here. So that's like
Oh
why I'm
wow.
here again. So that we went super dark there, but the thing that I get frustrated about is like, why should you be a dating coach when you're married? I'm like, why should you be a chef if you cook? Like, well, you're a fucking chef. You're a Michelin star chef. You know how to cook. If you're married and you can sustain a relationship, here's a better way to think about it. Like it should not be surprising to end up getting married or having your own family because you were dating. It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
People misunderstand this whole pickup thing as I need to have sex with 1,000 women for the rest of my life and just never have kids. Like imagine like I'm not religious or anything. I have no agenda or whatever. I'm not forcing people to do this, but imagine tens of thousands of years of your ancestors, of your family line, and you learn game, and the family line ends at you
Right.
because you don't have kids. Like you learned game and you didn't reproduce, and all your ancestors for tens of thousands of years didn't learn game, but they created
The
you, and
ultimate
you just
irony there.
you're the end. You're the end of your
You're the
family
loser.
history.
Yep.
Exactly. It's so funny. So, another way to put this is like the game isn't about having sex with endless amounts of women. Like, yes, that's fun. Yes, I recommend it. And yes, I did that. But at the same time, when you find the woman who's for you, that's when you know it's time to enter the next stage of game, what I call stage two of game. Dating is just stage one. Relationships are stage two. And then, as I like to say, stage three is family if you're reproducing, or if you're not, then you can call it legacy.
Hmm.
Because what is the game? The game isn't about women, it's about life, and it's your life, and you're the protagonist. That is why we call it game. You're in control, basically. And if you think the whole thing is about women, then you misunderstand the entire point. It's simply
Yeah,
that
well
the
said.
biggest decision you're going to make in your life, as Warren Buffett said, is who you're going to marry. And that could save you hundreds of thousands of dollars potentially, in the case you get divorced versus you don't because you learned relationship game.
Yeah,
So it actually takes more game to be in a relationship than to just be dating around.
totally. Yeah, I mean, that decision is the number one dictator of your happiness, who you spend most of your time with, the quality of your companion.
It's a great conversation path to go down because if you go get into a relationship and you're miserable, your life's gonna fucking suck. So of course that's more important,
Yeah.
like in so many ways. And a lot of guys think that, hey, I'm coming back to the game because I was in a relationship for 6 years and we broke up. Now we're getting back into motherfucker, you were in the game the entire time. The mistake you made is you put it down. You
Right.
think it's this thing where you can put it on a shelf every time you get in a relationship. That's not the case. The problem a lot of guys have, even if they did learn game in the first place with dating, regardless whether they were pickup artists before or they're just a normal person in society, they get into a relationship. Over time, the woman starts dominating and the
Yep.
man starts sitting back and relaxing more, just letting things happen. And then you wonder why eventually
She
you
cheats,
become
she
annoyed at
leaves.
each other.
Yeah.
She cheats on you. you get problems. Like I went to a pole dance mansion party on Saturday night with my wife, and most guys just wouldn't understand it. They'll be like, pole dancing is for prostitutes or some shit like that. The mansion is owned by the pole dance instructor. She's married. She has two kids. That's stage free of game.
Yeah.
And
It's a great workout, pole dancing.
she's not, exactly. She's not doing pole dancing to go to a fucking strip club. She's doing pole dancing to keep her love life alive, to
Yeah.
keep her flexible, to give her love life the spicy sexiness to keep things interesting. And that's one, although I was already aware of this in general, like always keep your love life interesting.
Well, guys have to remember that like what got them the girl in the first place, if they stop behaving in that way and they just fall asleep at the wheel and be like, whatever, I got her, now I can just chill. That's when you start to lose her, slowly but surely.
That's why there's this phrase in society called "she wears the pants" in a relationship. Like it's just so normal happening in so many relationships and people in general that the guys like fade into the background and then the woman becomes frustrated
Yeah.
or cheats or leaves or something like that because you stopped leading.
Yeah.
And this is another epiphany I had. At its very core, I believe game is basically just leadership because you need that in dating, you need that in relationships. And if you drop the ball, and the ball is game, and the ball is game is also leadership, you drop that ball of leadership of game, and your relationship's going to deteriorate and she's going to start dominating because you're not fucking leading anymore.
I love that distinction because the guys who suck at game have no leadership skills. They're afraid to lead. They won't make decisions. They won't go after what they want. They won't do anything. And if you can teach a guy to just start being a leader, that's kind of the thing that'll carry him through, like you're saying. I love that.
This is what stops people from getting opportunities in dating in the first place because I see every single fucking day. I hate Reddit, but I have to go there for marketing purposes. People posting like, is she interested in me? Like you would know if she's interested in you if you were leading because, hey, you actually gave her an opportunity to hang out with you. That's leading. Then now you know she's interested.
Yeah.
Whereas they're trying to rely on, hey, she touched her here. And let me ask Reddit if she's interested in me, even if they weren't there. And I'll fucking write random paragraphs of shit. Like if you were leading, you would find out if she's interested in you.
Because she'd have to make a decision.
So stop waiting for her to lead by showing you that she's interested. And the other part of this coin is she's not interested in you because you're not leading in the first place.
Exactly.
So that's another concept that's kind of funny. But